Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Sorry I missed you yesterday, just didn't get round to it. But today I'm going to make up for it with 4 of the dopest, heaviest, freshest, coolest bands that you can check out at the moment. We've got new releases for us to give a spin as well, so we can go into the weekend with some of the dopest music on the internet. The first band we're going to kick off with, we haven't seen these guys for a while, but they're really, really cool. Soulkeeper is the band name. The track is called Hyperfine Transition. We've got a bunch of high quality vids to go with all the tracks as well today. Let's kick it off with these guys.
And scream till your eyes roll back and your makeup blind, and it feels like an end. Causing violence, the borders of your body melt away. You've got no name and you've got no face, and you're just your rage. Writhing under your skin feels like a loaded weapon. Every night I lie awake in bed and close my eyes. The backs of my eyelids are lit by dancing neon lights. Tell myself it's just another nightmare. Tell myself it's just another nightmare. Laying my arms in empty dark and no fear. Twice the sharp and just as hard and no care. Searching, yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I took this life and severed the limb from the stem. I was trapped inside, hungry for revenge. You want to know what it feels like. You want to know what it is. You want to know what it feels like. What it feels like. You want to know what it is. But you can't, I won't let you. If existence is fun and you're closer to God, I guess I'll be the devil. I still hear the ghosts of my friends. They're telling me to repent. Break it. Red blood and cleansing fire. Red blood and cleansing fire. Bleeding my blood, taking the dark. Running in the tank, needs to fall. That's why you can't make like me. Can't just get you, it's going low. You don't have the light or the love that it takes to break like me. Break it, break like me. Break it. I still swinging twice as hard.
So friggin' dope. Got his lolly. Man, these guys are just so friggin' dope. There's so much going on and so much to listen to in this new music that I absolutely love it. You know, you think you kind of, oh yeah, I know this riff, they're going to repeat that 4 times and then change it. No, they're not. They're going to only play it once or twice and then move into something else, and then a little stabby bit comes in and then a little frill on the drums and this and that. It's just always something glitching and weird going on within the music. So it's not just a rep, you know, it's not just, oh, we made a cool riff and we're just going to repeat that 4 times and then we got another riff coming along. It's just, it's kind of like a constant like feed of different stuff coming along. Really love to hear it, man. So heavy as well, punching and just slapping you around the head. Heaviest modern mix with the punchiest drums, absolutely kill. Man, these guys are so dope. The guitar tones as well, ridiculous and modern and just got a crazy tone to them. I don't even know how you get that tone out of guitars, but it sounds super crazy and dope. Man, I think this band's just absolutely killer. And I just think this genre, this freshest genre of music is absolutely killer. It's the heaviest stuff ever. It's the most pounding stuff ever. It's cool. It's got a groove. You can get into it, but it's also like mathy and spicy. Loads of stuff on the drums, the sickest drummers, all those new guitar tones and crazy wiry riffs and bounds and gents and all the rest of it. There's loads of stuff and new stuff to listen to in this music that if you've been following metal for as long as I have, you know, coming on 30 years, it's a breath of fresh air to hear this music, to let it come across your ears, because it's not just like, it's not a regurgitation of the past. It pulls from the past, but it's not just, you know, oh, here's the past coming back round again. It's new, it's fresh, man. So dope. I really like that the new generation have got some fresh to offer and are killing it. Here's a super sick band to check out, and these guys, I would say, have been underrated, but I'm going to say that these guys are about to take off. And the reason I say that, this is probably a sad way to say it, but I've been noticing that these guys have been getting posted around on Reddit. Now, Reddit is full of youngsters, kind of Zoomers and all the rest of it, and a few older folks like me knocking around who've been on there for ages. But these guys have started to get posted about on there, and that tells me that the younger Zoomer generation are interested in this band, and that tells me, you know, that they could be just about to take off in a nice way. This is Johnny Booth. Their latest release is called Collapse in a Key of Fireworks. Again, another great high-quality vid to go with the track. Let's give it a spin. So heavy.
I walk, fish reflectioning, shot from underneath. A restricted complete bodies of control me something. This ends. This ends. Break, I'm reaching money. Gashes with my teeth. I'm counting the minutes, the wretched calling.
I love that we get blast beats in this kind of music as well.
Don't fucking move, listen. My head is split. System is blistered. I know what failure is. I'm not convinced. Bleeding souls with delusions open. I give that question back. Suffering to the day. Spent me in for the funeral. Time to point it down. Every monumental place. Snakes circling the body.
Nice bass guitar. This guy's obviously playing Drop Z. Dope, man. What a killer track and video as well. This music just absolutely kills. There's three things that stand out to me from listening to these kind of bands that take this music above and beyond what's ever come before. One of them is the modern mix, because it just sounds so loud and heavy, but with a clarity and a punch and all the rest of it. But that aside, the guitar tones are so fresh and new that they let you play new types of riffs and even play old types of riffs, and they sound in a different way. They've got way more power and chunk and even just single string stuff. And that super low note just sounds amazing because the guitar tones now sound so full and thick and solid and chunky and just come across the ears with such a power. Sounds amazing. One of the other big things that I think that I notice, and you know I notice this if you watch this channel, but I do think it's made a big difference to kind of 2010 plus music and now 2020 plus music, is the quality and the standard and the skill level of the drummers. Drummers nowadays are sick as hell. You know, you used to have the odd nice drummer here and there, and you could probably name all the really sick drummers that there were in the 90s and the early 2000s, because there weren't actually that many, and a lot of drummers just kind of played standard beats, and that's what they did. Drummers nowadays have totally moved on from that. They're a massive part of the music as well as keeping the beat. They're musical, they're filling in the empty spaces, they've got massive rolls and fills and cool beats and extra spicy things to add to the drums that you never used to hear in the past, or used to hear very, very sparingly. These tracks are full of it now. You know, every 4 bars or every 2 bars even, the drummers are going off, doing something of their own, creating their own rhythms, creating their own spicy, interesting, you know, kind of shreddy bits on the drums and stuff like that. Blast beats in hardcore and things like that, which you never used to hear either. And just really mixing it up on the drums to a really high quality, high standard. And it's just bumped the whole music up such a massive amount because the drummers are so key to the music as well. They're not just keeping the beat anymore. They're actually getting involved in the riffs and creating the music. Man, it's so friggin' dope. This is a wicked cool band, Pupil Slicer. You should know about these guys. Their latest track is called No Temple. Watch out if you're sensitive. Here we go. Yeah. Super high quality vids for all the bands as well. Love that.
Get down on your knees.
Man, what an intense track. Crazy bass tone in there. It's got such a rattle to it. It sounds amazing. That's why you don't let random people lick your face in the club. That's I say super dope, and I almost said dick for some reason. Dope. Man, these bands are just so dope. They're so intense to listen to. They just come across the ear with the heaviest sound that you've ever heard in your life. Intense and powerful, slamming. The drums are so heavy. So much spice and interesting stuff to listen to as well. Not just boring riffs going round in circles. Fresh riffs, one after another. Different beats and, you know, just different vibes coming at you the whole time. You don't just sit in a pocket with this music and just roll along with it. It's just coming at you a million miles an hour. You know, you kind of got to really kind of get on board and kind of focus in on it and give it your full attention. It's not the kind of sit back and chill music, but I love that about it. It's an experience to listen to this music, and it's a great experience. Now, I threw these guys in. I was only going to play the 3 bands today, but this one came out a couple of days ago, and I thought, man, that sounds as good as the other stuff we're going to put on as well. So I'll throw these in as well. We'll have a nice long one for the weekend. This is From Joy. They need more listeners, so we'll put them on the channel as well. This track is called From Joy. Let's give it a spin. Great pop on the snare. I love my bands from the past. When I was kind of 18, 19, 20, really just starting to fully kind of mature into metal and absolutely love it and it take over my life and it'll just be all about metal. But man, I would actually trade those bands in for these modern bands now and be back in my 20s and checking this stuff out because man, if you're just kind of starting your metal journey now and really, really feeling metal, you've got the sickest metal ever going. The heaviest bands, the dopest bands, the coolest riffs, the coolest sound, best sounding drums, the best drummers. Vocals are, I would say, are as good as ever. I'm not hearing things from vocalists that I haven't heard before, but that's because, they're just screaming their lungs out. But it still sounds as good as it ever did. The guitars and the guitar riffs just sound better than they ever have, heavier than they ever have, thicker and chunkier and more powerful. And like you want them to sound in this kind of music. I always looked for the heaviest bands going because I was always yearning for a thicker guitar tone, a heavier riff, a deeper riff, heavier drums or more blasting drums or something like that. You get all of that from these kind of bands and more. And there's lots of them as well. We've put 4 on today who are absolutely quality, but we've got a whole bunch of others. If you put new metalcore and stuff like that into my channel, there's a bunch of bands that you can check out at the moment, not just these 4, where you've really got a whole plethora of bands to listen to and get into. And, when I was younger, I used to spend a lot more time listening to albums and really getting to know every song on the album. I'm not really like that anymore. I'm more of a singles guy nowadays and music videos, and I'll kind of check it all out on YouTube. But if you are a youngster now and you want to get into albums and really kind of get on board with a band or a few bands at a time and just rinse out their albums, man, you've just got the best music going to listen to. Cannot go wrong. So man, in a way, I envy the youngsters nowadays that they could really, really get into this stuff and rock out hard to it and go to the gigs and all the rest of it. But man, still in my 40s now, it's an absolute breath of fresh air that you've been in the metal scene this long, yearning for this heavy stuff to come along. Here it is. It's good times are coming. So I think this music's just going to get better and better, heavier and heavier, doper and doper, cooler and more bouncy and more kind of slamming and blast beats and just so much stuff to listen to going on in the music. Absolutely love it. Hope you've enjoyed that today, guys. This is as good as it gets on this channel and as good as it gets for heavy music at the moment. This is 4 of the sickest bands, modern bands knocking around at the moment. So if you don't know these guys, head off over the weekend and check out their stuff and really get to know them a bit more, because I tell you, this is as good as it gets for the moment. It's the freshest, dopest, newest stuff coming. If you want to get on the channel next week, head over to the website on the weekend and skip the queue and we'll get you on next week. We'll be back for the Monday grind. More sick stuff on the Monday grind. No worries there. So have a good weekend and we'll see you when we see you next. Cheers, guys. Bye.